Shalom. I want to give all praises and honor and glory to the only true God of heaven and earth, whose true name is Yahweh, and to his only begotten Son, the Messiah, whose true name is Yahweh Shai. And double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the upcoming elders that rule well and that teach well of Great Millstone. And honors to all the prophets and teachers that carry the spirit of faith and truth as well. My name is Zachariah. Hear my speech concerning the truth, that is the word of the living God. Now I came across this report. The Mexican President Claudia have announced at the 89th Banking Convention in Cancun that cash payments at gas stations and toll booths will now officially be phased out. Digital payments are set to become mandatory for fuel and tolls by the end of 2026. This is her quote, or to quote her, "Our goal this year is to make digital payments mandatory for fuel and tolls through the models we are developing together with the banks. This is intended to strengthen accessible digital payment methods, and drive the country digitalization forward in many other areas as well." So Mexico is going towards a digital direction, and soon the world will follow after. Ultimately, it is prophesied that Esau will cause many, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or their foreheads. Now that mark is a digital implantable technology that will be used as an instrument to buy and sell. This is what this digital future involves. It is a prophecy that John the Revelator saw. It will be an instrument to buy and sell, an instrument of transaction, an instrument of programmable money. With the elites moving forward with digital payments and making it mandatory, they'll soon make it impossible to buy with cash. The only way it will be possible to buy and sell in these coming times is by that micro CHIP, the MæRK. This is just a step to that future. First is Mexico, soon it's going to be America. And we know that this lady, Claudia, the president of Mexico, she is allegedly, there's been reports coming out of Jewish descent. She is a small hat without the hat. And I probably shouldn't have said that J word, but Lord willing, this video can still be reached to whoever. But anyways, it is alleged that she's a small hat. So she's in the pocket of the greater elites, and she just following their program. And ultimately, this is the program that they all will follow. America, Europe, and other nations as well. So the time shall come where they're going to cause many to receive implantable technology in their body, in their flesh, as an instrument of UBI, Universal Basic Income. Cash will be useless. The old way will be vain, will be brought to naught, will be nothing. This way, the way of the MOTB, the MæRK, hopefully I can say that word, will be the new fashion, the new trend. That the populace will follow therein. Whether they be small, great, common, or of power and influence, rich or poor, free or bond. The majority of the people will take this. And what this lady, Claudia, Mexican president, have announced is a step to that future. This is Psalm chapter 64, verse 6. They search out iniquities. And this is what we're seeing. They're devising, planning evil. It says they accomplish a diligent search. See, what we're seeing, what the elite's doing now with this Iranian war, Mexico with this digitalization, economic and energy crisis, is all part of a long-awaited, well-oiled plan. So much thought, so much effort have been put within this, within their agenda, and they're going to execute it. They accomplish a diligent search. In fact, let's go into that word diligent real quick. To search for, to be sought out. To devise, it's another word for devise. Let's continue reading. It says, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. And that's what I mean. It's a well-oiled plan. That word deep is basically synonymous with the word profound. So their plans is very profound, is very complex. In other words, it's very complex. Crafty. Remember, this their agenda, their NWO agenda is a plan, it's an agenda that have been years and years in the making. Older than I. So much thought, so much energy, so many resources have been put behind this plan. So it's very deep what they got going on. And the rest of the world, they're not going to see it. Some's going to see it. Even some heathens, they're going to see it. But the world outside of that, they're asleep. And suddenly they're going to be brought into straits. In other words, in a difficult position, economically, financially, food-wise. Their food security is going to be made insecure. Society will fail. And in their eyes, the only way will be taking the MOTB, that implantable technology. And to prove that the MARK, the mark, and forgive me for using acronyms when I'm just going to say the word anyways, forgive me. But to prove that this, the mark is implantable technology, let's go into the word charagma. Or let's go into the word mark, which is from the Hebrew word charagma. Which that word charagma is from the etymology word, the root word charax, which means to sharpen to a point, a stake, a palisade, which ultimately, in order for you to receive the MARK, the mark, you gotta be ultimately cut open. Your skin have to be cut, ultimately. Because ultimately, which, there's many ideas of what the mark is. Something is going to be, literally, some assumed it to be some assumed it to be a tattoo, which in a way, that's, involves a cutting into the skin, but it's not going to be that. It's not a tattoo. It's not going to be similar to a tattoo. Something is going to be some tag. It's not going to be a tag. No, it's going to be literally something that's going to be implanted in the skin through a cutting. Right, but when you go into that, the word charax is from the etymology word, the root word grapho, which means to describe, to write, to compose, to draw up in a writing, to give information and direction. That's the technology part of it, of that, ultimately, of that that mark. It will be used as an instrument to buy and sell of UBI, programmable money, of transaction. And forgive me, the point that I wanted to get is in the word charagma. Now, the word charagma, in a strong definition of the word charagma, you'll get the word a scratch or etching, which goes into what? An incision, ultimately. So this shows you that this involves a real physical, object. A real physical procedure done on the body. Not a so like a mental thing. Something, the mark is a mental thing. It's not. It's a real thing. It says, verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So it's going to be an instrument of transaction, of programmable money. And we're seeing the steps to that time, to the fulfillment of this prophecy. I'm going to close off in that. Lord will let us edifying. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Shalom.